They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Pierce. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll look to throw here. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he's taken down here by the Saints.
Now we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Washington going to send out their punter
as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Out comes the Saints offensive unit and the NFC playoff race. Let's have a look at it.
Now the current playoff picture, and you can see they are one of those 3 wild card teams, at least for the moment, but they have not clinched that spot, Charles. And look, their message has been clear. We're keeping our foot on the gas to the very end.
And how about the theater and the drama that's involved, partner? The best part, we've got a front row seat to it all. And I think this is obviously the ultimate goal when they added a 7th seed to the playoffs back in 2020. More drama, more teams in it late in the season, and more importance on games like this.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge.
Ready.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now a give right side. It's Richards.
And he'll push forward for a couple to the 34. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
They're going to look to throw. In trouble, and he's taken down. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on to kick it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Here we go.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. They'll set up to throw. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Back to throw again. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They'll look to throw again. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On 2nd and goal, standing alone in the backfield is Williams. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
This one swung out to Williams.
And he'll get nothing out of that one. So nothing doing there. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Play clock down to 5, and they're going to burn a timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
The Commander's going to bring out the field goal unit.
From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick here is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit.
Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing it to break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board. Give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try to plan a comeback.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room.
So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll start with a couple of teams separated by about 280 miles or so right here in Florida, as Tampa Bay heads down I-75 to take on Miami. And that's been a back-and-forth game, all tied in the 2nd quarter. Next, we head off to check out another game. And it was the visiting Chicago Bears who come away with the victory. Joe Burrow leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. Finally, we're off to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Lions. The Falcons trying to finish that one off and claim victory. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Saints. And the ground game has been a big part of why they have this big lead. And you have to figure they'll lean on it a little bit more in the 3rd and 4th quarters. Meanwhile, for Washington, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
Set now to go for the 3rd quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick.
The Saints set to go here to begin the 3rd quarter. And the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
On 2nd down now. It's Richards. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Holding. Offense.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
He's got his man on the crossing route. This is Higgins.
Hook up of 15 yards there. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Open man, it's complete to Higgins. And he is going to have a Saints first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yes.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
The first down pass complete to number 80. It's a gain of 5. Brings up
on 2nd down, it's Richards. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Back to throw here.
They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Commanders take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points.
And when the quarterback drops and has a guy that wide open in the end zone, his eyes have to get just as big as grapefruits.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, this is the easiest throw you're going to get, and you're going to get the benefit of a touchdown on top of it. Make that throw.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will cut this lead down to 25. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And Wilson is perfectly content to bring this out to the 25, a touchback. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've got their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete.
2nd and 3.
Here's Higgins out on the right side. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. On 2nd down now, it's Richards. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 34-yard line.
They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he'll take this one down to the 36. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. They'll drop to throw.
That's going to be caught along the sideline, and what a job of keeping his feet in bounds. They say that's a catch.
A good pickup there at 22.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going, and right now it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Here's the option play now to the left. Now a loose football. The ball comes out.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
He's at the 50. The 30. 10. 5. And he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington touchdown. So hold the phone here, Charles. I've kind of written him off, but after that touchdown, certainly a long way still to go, but stranger things have happened.
Well, when you're going to have big second-half comebacks, plays like that have to be involved.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
They'll go option on second down, right side. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he's going to push his way down to about the 12.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
Out of his hands quickly to Higgins.
And they'll rally and stop him short of the first down at about the 6. Will go down as a gain of 6. And that's going to make it 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Here we go on 4th down. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10.
Well, the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. 2nd and 2. He finds his man, complete. It's Nash. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at FedEx Field. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
Second and 5.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Lane. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Lane.
Washington on third down. 5 out of 9 thus far.
This is 3rd and 4. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Nash.
And he's going to have a Commander's first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
He'll look to throw. Throw left side, complete. That's Nash.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
Over the middle, it's complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Now we give up the middle to Williams. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw.
He'll drop this down to Williams.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Back to throw. And it'll be intercepted.
And the Saints are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. So a good drive with a bad ending, Charles. They move it down the field well. Cannot finish it off, though, as it's intercepted in the end zone.
Deflating, that has got to be the word here because they were sharp in moving it down the field. But sometimes you start thinking like a touchdown is a given, and it doesn't always work out that way as we saw there.
Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here
We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I really enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put him #1 for what we've seen this season.
Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Richards. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. And they run the option on 2nd down. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. He has enough for the 1st down on the keeper, a gain of 6. So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the 1st down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the 1st down, get a new set, and let's start over.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Richards, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Richards, and he's going to be stopped close to the 1st down marker at Washington's 12-yard line. It's 34. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Now a handoff up the middle. Richards. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and that will extend their lead even further. So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the 1st quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Swings this one out wide for Pierce. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll look to throw again. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down. Well, that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Saints. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
The Saints again ready to go on offense. Well, they don't need to score here, that's for sure. They could just kneel it. They've got the huge lead late fourth quarter, but we'll see how they're feeling, Charles.
Yeah, we all know people out there who like to use every second of the clock, no matter what the score. And we know they don't need the points. They've scored in abundance already. Let's find out how they want to finish this ball game.
So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors, and it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So for our visitors,
the final 3 weeks are going to tell the story as they move to 9-5 on the year.
And they will head home next week to take on the Tennessee Titans.
Meanwhile, for Washington,
they'll drop to 9-5 on the year. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos.